say the rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain.
Shut up, fool!
If you were watching TV in 2008, there's a good chance you remember the commercials, but not the actual shows. These sitcoms were hyped, promoted, and then quietly erased. Let's revisit 10 short-lived sitcoms from 2008 that time almost forgot. Leave a comment below with which one of these you remember, which ones deserved a longer run, and which ones should have never been made in the first place. Number 10, Kath and Kim. Adapted from the wildly popular Australian sitcom of the same name, Kath and Kim centered on a deeply dysfunctional and deeply embarrassing mother-daughter relationship. The U.S. version starred Molly Shannon as the relentless, upbeat mom Kath, Selma Blair as her self-absorbed daughter Kim.
What? You go on my doot. Oh, and do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
John Michael Higgins as Kath's painfully earnest fiancé Phil.
Oh, God, little Debbie!
And Mikey Day as Kim's long-suffering boyfriend Craig.
You know, objects in the mirror are farther than they look deal.
Closer. They appear closer. That's what it says on every side view mirror in every car in the world.
Yeah, I probably had it backwards then, because, you know, it's a mirror.
The supporting cast wasn't exactly light either, with Maya Rudolph, Jay Phillips, and Melissa Roche popping up as well. NBC premiered the series on October 9th, 2008, slotted comfortably between My Name is Earl and The Office, pulling in a respectable 7.5 million viewers for the debut.
This is exciting!
On paper, everything looked right. The show was even produced by the same studio that successfully adapted Ugly Betty and The Office for an American audience. But almost immediately things went south. By the third episode, ratings had dropped sharply. Viewers checked out and critics were brutal, especially fans of the original Australian series. The San Francisco Chronicle didn't mince words, calling it a contender for worst remake ever. Despite lasting a full season, Kath and Kim was canceled after just 17 episodes. Becoming another reminder that sometimes not everything translates. Number 9, Misguided. Misguided centered on Becky Freely, a well-meaning but socially awkward guidance counselor.
It may fill the hole in your mouth, Vicky, but it won't fill the hole in your soul.
Who returns to her alma mater, Glen Ellen High School, hoping to finally become the person she never was as a teenager. Working alongside her is Lisa Germain, an English teacher and former classmate who was popular in high school, and who still seems to have life a bit more together.
Lisa Germain!
The two quickly become rivals, both professionally and romantically, as they compete for the attention of Tim O'Malley, an auto shop teacher awkwardly reassigned to teach Spanish, despite being wildly unqualified.
I barely know how to speak Spanish. I'm only one language lab ahead of the kids.
Rounding out the faculty chaos are Principal Phil Huffey and Vice Principal Bruce Terry, a pompous, power-hungry administrator who takes himself far too seriously.
I walked past some students decorating the gym, and now my suit smells like bong water.
Or that's your cologne.
The series starred Judy Greer, Brooke Burns, Chris Parnell, Earl Billings, and Christopher Polaha, and was produced by Ashton Kutcher and Jason Goldberg for ABC. Misguided premiered on March 18, 2008, airing after Dancing with the Stars, and pulling in an impressive 9.3 million viewers. But that momentum didn't last long. ABC quickly shifted the show to Thursday nights at 8 p.m., pairing it with Lost and airing 2 episodes back-to-back over the next 3 weeks. That move proved disastrous. Viewership dropped almost immediately, falling as low as 4.2 million viewers. While reviews were generally positive, with many praising Judy Greer's performance, the numbers weren't strong enough to justify a second season. Misguided was canceled after airing just 7 episodes, becoming yet another ABC comedy that never quite found its footing. Number 8, The Return of Jezebel James. The Return of Jezebel James starred Parker Posey as Sarah Tompkins, a successful children's book editor who's unable to have children of her own.
It means you can't conceive.
Conceive what?
Desperate to start a family, Sarah turns to her estranged younger sister, Coco, played by Lauren Ambrose, and asks her to carry a baby for her, reopening years of unresolved family tension.
3 years ago at Christmas, you wouldn't let me use your car for 10 minutes to go buy cranberry sauce. Now all of a sudden you're gonna let me carry your kid inside me for a year?
Well, it was a Lexus, and you were not the best driver.
The series was created by Amy Sherman Palladino, best known for Gilmore Girls and later The Marvelous Miss Maisel, which led to extremely high expectations going in. The show premiered on March 14, 2008 on Fox, with a 2-episode debut, but ratings were weak right out of the gate, pulling in just 3.1 million viewers. It was soundly beaten by repeats of Grey's Anatomy and even a Price is Right primetime special. After only 3 episodes, Fox pulled the series and replaced it with reruns of Bones, leaving 4 episodes unaired. Critical response was harsh from the start, with many reviewers calling the writing grating and the characters unlikable. Despite the pedigree behind it, The Return of Jezebel James never found an audience and was effectively doomed from its premiere. Number 7, Worst Week. Based on the British series The Worst Week of My Life, Worst Week follows Entertainment Magazine editor Sam Briggs, a well-meaning guy who just wants his future in-laws to like him. The problem? Every single time Sam tries to make a good impression on his fiancée Melanie Clayton's parents, the intimidating Dick and Angela, things go catastrophically wrong.
A vicious dwarf vomited on Sam, Dick.
Is that right?
And when you add an unplanned pregnancy into the mix, let's just say the wedding countdown becomes a disaster clock. The series starred Kyle Bornheimer, Aaron Hayes, Nancy Lenehan, and Kurtwood Smith, who absolutely leaned into the role of the perpetually unimpressed father-in-law.
In context, you would have seen it.
Yes. Explain to me the context in which punching my daughter in the face is funny.
Interestingly, Fox originally developed the show under the title Worst Week of My Life, but the pilot never moved forward. CBS picked it up, retooled it slightly, and premiered it on September 22, 2008, where it debuted to a strong 10.9 million viewers. Unlike many shows on this list, ratings actually remained fairly solid throughout the season, and reviews were generally favorable, so its cancellation after just 1 season came as a surprise to many. Meanwhile, the original British version ran for 3 seasons, though in true UK fashion that only amounted to about 17 total episodes. Worst Week wasn't a ratings disaster. It was more a case of being perfectly decent in a year when networks were ruthless. Number 6, Testees. Testees was a Canadian sitcom created and produced by Kenny Hotz, best known for the outrageous series Kenny vs. Penny, so right away you kinda knew subtlety wasn't going to be part of the formula. The show follows 2 friends played by Steve Markle and Jeff Castle, who make a living as professional human guinea pigs at a product testing facility called Testico. And yes, the name pretty much tells you everything you need to know. Each episode revolved around some bizarre new research product the guys had to test, from questionable pharmaceuticals to completely absurd experimental treatments, usually with ridiculous and often gross side effects. Meanwhile, workplace antics and personal mishaps filled in the chaos.
You told me to take this job and shove it. Where? Up my rear end.
The series premiered on October 9th, 2008, airing on FX in the US following It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and on Showcase in Canada. The tone was offbeat, strange, and unapologetically gross at times. If you didn't take it too seriously, there was definitely some laugh-out-loud material. But critics, they were not amused. Reviews were harsh, frequently calling the humor crude, juvenile, and flat-out disgusting. That reputation made it difficult for the show to attract a broader audience. After one 13-episode season, Testees was canceled. Still, like many boundary-pushing comedies, it developed a small but loyal cult following, proving that sometimes being a little gross can still earn you a fan base. Number 5, Unhitched. Produced by the Farrelly brothers, Unhitched follows a group of newly single friends navigating the painful and often awkward reality of starting over in their 30s. They all still believe in love and in getting married again someday. The only problem, actually finding the right person this time around.
Whoa.
The cast included Craig Bierko, Rashida Jones, Sean Majumder, and Johnny Sneed, a solid lineup with real comedic potential. Fox greenlit the series on May 11th, 2007, giving it a modest 6-episode order. It finally did premiere on March 2nd, 2008, pulling in 5.8 million viewers for its pilot. Not terrible, but not exactly a smash hit either. Unfortunately, the numbers declined almost immediately. Week after week, viewership dropped, bottoming out at 3.1 million viewers by episode 5.
It's not the worst thing that's ever happened to me, obviously.
Critics didn't help matters. Reviews were overwhelmingly negative, with one reviewer bluntly describing it as friends for divorced people. And not in a flattering way. The series was simply not funny.
Oh, the Cheaters guy!
You love that show. Darren Haley, we have video surveillance of you cheating on your wife with several different women.
After airing just 6 episodes, Fox officially canceled Unhitched. Despite the Farrelly name attached, the show never quite found its footing, or its audience. Number 4, Do Not Disturb.
In the high glamour world of luxury hotels, the staff follows 3 little rules.
In reservations, I hate my life. Can you hold?
Do Not Disturb took viewers inside a once glamorous New York City hotel that had clearly seen better days. The series followed the chaotic behind-the-scenes lives of the staff as they dealt with eccentric guests, workplace rivalries, and their own personal drama. The cast was surprisingly strong, featuring Niecy Nash, Jerry O'Connell, Jesse Tyler Ferguson, Molly Stanton, and even an early career appearance from Dave Franco. The series premiered on September 10th, 2008 on Fox, with the pilot directed by Jason Bateman, which gave it a bit of extra credibility out of the gate. Unfortunately, that credibility didn't translate into viewers. The premiere drew just 4.7 million viewers, and ratings fell quickly after that. Fox canceled the series after airing only 3 episodes, leaving 2 episodes completely unaired. Today, Do Not Disturb is often considered borderline lost media, as full episodes are incredibly difficult, if not impossible, to find online. Despite a solid cast and a recognizable director behind the pilot, this hotel comedy checked out almost immediately. Number 3, Welcome to the Captain.
Welcome to El Capitan.
Or as we like to call it, the Captain.
Hi.
Welcome to the Captain followed a struggling young writer played by Fran Kranz, whose life takes an unexpected turn when he moves into a legendary old Hollywood apartment building filled with eccentric, washed-up, and wildly unpredictable residents. The ensemble cast was impressive, featuring Chris Klein, Joanna Garcia, Al Madrigal, Raquel Welch, and Jeffrey Tambor, giving the series plenty of comedic talent. CBS greenlit the show in June 2007, giving it a 6-episode order. It premiered on February 4th, 2008, airing on CBS in the United States and CTV in Canada. The pilot debuted to a decent 7.9 million viewers, but that number quickly declined. The remaining episodes averaged around 5.5 million viewers, signaling trouble almost immediately. On May 14, 2008, CBS officially canceled the series due to low ratings. Critically, the consensus was fairly consistent. The concept of a quirky Hollywood apartment building had potential, but the execution simply fell flat. Another promising premise that never quite found its audience. Number 2, Factory.
You like that? Hey.
Look, don't you worry about what we do and don't do, Todd, okay, Todd?
You know what? Must be nice to get paid to do nothing all day.
You know what? Actually, it's not that great, but thanks for asking.
Factory told the story of 4 lifelong friends in a small town who once dreamed of making something of themselves. Instead, they grew up, kept drinking beer, and ended up working together at the town's local factory. When they're not coming up with creative ways to avoid actually doing any work, the guys are usually trying and failing to keep their wives and girlfriends happy. The series was directed, produced by, and starred Mitch Rausch, co-creator of Strangers with Candy. True to that background, the show leaned heavily into awkward humor and was largely improvised, giving it a loose, almost chaotic feel. Factory premiered on June 29, 2008 on Spike TV, a network not exactly known at the time for scripted workplace comedies. And the experiment didn't last long. After just 6 episodes, Factory was canceled. The improvised style and laid-back pacing never quite connected with a broader audience, and the series quietly disappeared almost as quickly as it arrived. Number 1, Under One Roof.
Now I'm out with 2 strikes on the paper. Go get brother cause he owes me a favor. One hand wash the other. Here's proof. Now it's me and my brother living under one roof.
Under One Roof starred Flava Flav as Calvister Hill, a loud, street-smart ex-con who moves in with his younger brother Winston Hill, played by Kelly Breen, a polished, wealthy real estate developer living the high life. Though they act like they grew up on completely opposite sides of the tracks, the joke is that they actually grew up on opposite sides of the same room. Years earlier, Calvister took the blame for a car accident to protect Winston. So when he gets out of prison, he cashes in on that favor, moving into Winston's upscale mansion and completely disrupting the picture-perfect suburban family life.
Cal, that stuff belonged to Jack Nicklaus when he won the Masters. I paid $50,000 for that at auction. You sold Jack's dirty ball.
The show had a very clear Fresh Prince of Bel-Air energy, but with the characters all grown up and the culture clash flipped on its head. The series premiered on April 16, 2008 on My Network TV and became one of the last original primetime scripted series to air on the network, before it shifted toward syndicated programming. The series ran for just 1 season of 13 episodes before being canceled. While it never became a breakout hit, I'll admit I actually found it pretty funny, and I was genuinely surprised by Flava Flav's performance. He committed to the role more than you might expect. A short-lived sitcom with a surprisingly solid premise that just didn't quite break through.
You say the rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain.
Shut up, fool.
As always, thanks for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe for more videos just like this.